Hi guys. Today I will be reviewing the psychological tips and tricks in the market that happened last week. This review, I'm going to be talking about what I analyzed last week, what's it all about, and what happened in the market. So briefly, I'll just go to the pairs that I already analyzed last week, that's during the week. So we talked about Brent oil. Brent oil, look at what happened in Brent oil. Brent oil, I was actually not, as of last week, I was actually waiting for the market to either break this line. If you remember, you can watch my last week video. Either it breaks this line or it breaks the top support that I was looking at. So I think the market is already ready to go bullish. So I was not really interested in this Brent oil. So we're going to be, as of next week, I'm going to do another analysis on Brent oil for next week. I think for Brent oil, we're bullish as of the moment. Then for Euro USD, Euro USD is the manipulation I want to talk about here. Remember that I talked about entering the market, if you can remember or watch my previous video. I talked about entering the market at this left shoulder region. If you can remember, this is where my entrance is. I've not touched my chart. This is where my entrance was. So I've seen this pattern before. This is supposed to come down here, but the market consolidated a little bit above this level. So I was not looking at my chart. I went to the 1 hour time frame. If you go to the 1 hour time frame, you're going to see that the market actually corrected and formed a base here around here. Sometimes this happen in an head and shoulder pattern, inverse head and shoulder pattern, sorry. So if it forms a base above, it's not necessarily that it's going to touch the left shoulder region. This is what we call, maybe because they've seen that there is a lot of orders around this area. That is why the market just consolidated around this place and went back up. So it happens in this kind of pattern. I'm seeing it several times. So I actually missed this trade out of last week. Then we're going to be talking about this trade for this week. I just wanted to see the psychological tricks and what happened in this market, why I was not able to enter this market that I did analyze last week. So I will be talking about same thing with DXY as well and BTC. Let's see what happened in BTC. BTC, I was looking at, if you watch my previous video, I was looking at the market to test the 100K region, which I still believe is going to happen because the market is, if you look at it presently as of the moment, the market is currently consolidating as of the moment. So I'm going to do another analysis for next week. So, which is, the video is going to come out maybe on Monday or Tuesday. So my next pair that we talked about last week was Euro GDP. Euro GDP, remember that I told you in the market that if the market breaks this place, then we are coming down. So most likely Euro GDP for next week is going to consolidate up to this extent. But look at what the market did. The market simply, look at the trick around this market, around this area. The market simply went back to test the outer portion of the trend line, then dropped drastically. So I'm still looking for a sell. Next week, I'm going to do the analysis for Euro GDP. I'm going to still look for a sell around this region to this area. It's going to form a base around this area. So what happened here is that the market just corrected to test the outer portion of the trend line, then drop back down. So then the next pair that I'm going to be looking at is GDP JPY. Remember that we also analyzed GDP JPY as of last week. So this GDP JPY, the markets just formed the consolidative pattern to the upside. Remember, this is where I placed the order, and this market most likely is going to continue in this pattern, this consolidative pattern towards this hash line that I drew above, because this hash line is a double top if you check on the weekly time frame. So the market most likely is going to consolidate like this towards the top pattern. And from this top pattern is when we're going to know what is going to happen. If it's going to form a double top or it's going to break and continue upward. But the market dropped drastically. Psychologically, you'll be thinking that, oh, the market wants to sell back down to this support. But immediately the market dropped down drastically. It pushed back up again. Why? Because this market is already approaching a resistance level already. If the market is approaching a resistant level, this is a sign of the market being tired. The market is tired at this level. So the market still have some room to the upside, but it's just a little room to the upside because the market is like getting exhausted. This is what we call exhaustion pattern at this level. So I will be looking to analyze GDP USD as well. GDP USD, remember we talked about GDP USD that the market is going to test around this region, but the market just failed. It came down a little bit more, but it just failed to tag me in as well in GDP USD. Market just failed and pushed back up. So the level here, the market simply came to test the neckline, like the neckline. I think my entry was a little bit lower, so the market just came to test this. Simply, the market just came to test the neckline. So this one is quite clear. My entry was a little bit lower than where I'm supposed to put it. This is quite clear and quite clean. So I'm just talking about the tricks that happened in the market, and this market simply break this resistant level around this region. So the next pair that I will be looking at as well is GDP AUD. Remember that we analyzed GDP AUD for the market to tag us in around this shoulder level or the neckline. So the market simply came to test the neckline region. Market came to test the neckline region, and it's not quite a test if you look at it very well. Remember, this is our neckline region. The market did not push. These are some of the tricks that happened with head and shoulder pattern. The market sometimes will not push and actually touch the neckline region. And maybe because they see that a lot of people have a lot of orders there, and the market will just a few tips away from the neckline, the market will just continue to drop lower. So this is what I discover a lot in the market. So we just have to figure out a way on how to handle these cases. So presently the market is on track, is going as planned towards the direction, towards the sell bias. So next week is still looking like a sell. I will still bring up analysis for next week. These are the little tricks that I've seen in the market. Then the last pair I'm going to be talking about is US30. US30 is doing the same thing as well. Like I was looking for the market to come. I was looking for the market to come to this support around this area. Remember, I told you what happened. I was looking for a retest of the neckline, and the market has already tested it. So I had a little bit of a loss here around this area. So I was looking for a market to retest a little bit more, but the market just did one candle and begin to push up. So for me, it's kind of still not correct in my eye, but I'll just be looking at what is going to happen next. So these are the little tricks that happened this week in the market. So I'll be looking to analyze the market next week for Monday. So we can, so I'll be looking at what we're going, I will be simply looking at the market for next week. These are just the little tricks that I've seen that we should normally observe in the market, because it's kind of painful that the market don't tag easily in and the market will just push up. Those are the tricks that normally happen in the market. So I really hope that I really hope that you get to understand this video and practice as well. It's also good to practice. Sometimes if you're in the position, you also need to practice this pattern always. Even live testing, not only back testing, live testing as well is also very important. So that's the end of the video.